A Sagittarius has the right to be free and free from bondage, and you cannot take that right away from him or her. You just can't. Alright? Thank you for listening and watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram at Lamarr Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamarr Townsend Official. Check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com, where you can purchase your own, or where you can contact me to purchase your own personal, private, confidential tarot reading from me. Also, you can contact me at lamar.townsend@gmail.com to purchase your own private, confidential tarot reading. Okay? You can also follow me on Google+, which is on my YouTube page. Follow me on SoundCloud, check out my Bandcamp, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alright? Thank you for listening and watching this video. I really appreciate it. Reasons why Sagittarius man or woman would be single. Well, first of all, I want to say that my hair looks a curly Q mess. But it's okay, because I know Sagittarius people can take me as I am, and that's why I love you. But one of the reasons why you may be single is because, you know what, Sagittarius, you're the kind of sign that enjoys being single. You really do. I mean, Sagittarius is much like Scorpio, where it's like you kind of thrive being single, and you kind of thrive having, you know, multiple relationships with multiple people, you know, and getting to know different types of people and kind of figuring yourself out, you know what I'm saying? Like, 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10 for a Scorpio, but 9 times out of 10 for a Sagittarius, if he or she is single, it's usually by choice, whether they know it or not. And I know that sounds weird, but sometimes Sagittarius, you can go for people that are like unavailable emotionally or like literally, knowing damn well that, you know, there's nothing could ever like really happen between you two. You know, this person is not going to leave his or her partner for you. You know, this person is not going to commit to you, and you know that deep down, but you keep chasing this person. You keep chasing that dream, that idea. But Sagittarius low-key, and this is another reason why you may be single, Sagittarius, is low-key have a fear of commitment. Right? Sagittarius have a fear of commitment. It just is what it is, okay? Sagittarius, you guys definitely have a fear of commitment and a fear of committing to people and a fear of, it's like you have a fear of like, what's the best way to say it? It's like not giving yourself up to people, but you have a fear of giving people privilege over you, giving people prevalence over you, giving people persuasiveness over you and your decisions, you know. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Because usually a Sagittarius will make decisions, will do what he or she wants to do, and he or she really does not give a flying fluck what you think. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't. They're going to do what they want. But with a partner, if a Sagittarius is in a relationship, 9 times out of 10, that Sagittarius is going to, if Sagittarius is very serious about the relationship and about the partner that they're with, any decision that the Sagittarius makes that could affect the relationship or that could affect the partner, the Sagittarius is going to keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Sagittarius is going to take that into account before making that decision. Therefore, that person has prevalence. Therefore, that person has some type of hold or power or like some type of control over Sagittarius and his or her decisions and his or her movements, you know? You know, does that make sense? Like, in Sagittarius does not like giving that power over to just anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sagittarius is not going to hand over the keys to their heart to just anyone, you know? Now, if it comes to a casual relationship, you know, friends with benefits, a hookup situation, you know, Sagittarius might be, you know, he or she might put on the romantics just a little bit, but they're gonna pull back. There's gonna be the element of not being all the way there, not being like holding back, you know. And that's because Sagittarius has a fear of commitment. That was just a Facebook message. They pop up when I get them, so thank you, Coco046. I appreciate it. If you're watching this video, although it says in your thing that you're a Capricorn, so I don't know if you'd be watching this about Sagittariuses, but whatever. Sagittariuses have a fear of commitment. They have a fear of handing over the keys to their heart to people. Sagittariuses have a fear of handing over the keys to their heart. Sagittariuses have a fear of handing over their emotions to people because Sagittariuses know deep down, behind that facade of humor and sarcasm and aloofness and I don't give a fuck about anything or anyone, you know, Sagittariuses know that they can be a puddle of tears and mess. You know what I'm saying? Behind closed doors sometimes. And depression and pessimism. And the thing about Sagittarius is that sometimes Sagittarius, another reason why you can be single, is that you sometimes surround yourself with people who like aren't good for you, or people who just kind of keep you stagnant and stuck. You know, like I think Sagittarius is one of those signs where it's like you have to remember, like the company you keep is like, you know, the sow you reap, I guess. Like, you know, like just like does that make sense? I just made that up on the spot. The company you keep is the sow that you will eventually reap. That is a good rhyme. I need to write that down and trademark that. Where is the pen and paper? I'm literally gonna write that down. I like that line a lot. I'm gonna use that again in the future. The company, but listen seriously, Sagittarius. The company you keep. Oh, I'm sorry for the shakiness. The company you keep is the sow you will eventually reap. So if you hang around a bunch of broke people, if you hang around a bunch of people who are single and complain, oh, you know, I'm never going to find anyone. If you hang around a bunch of people who like make fun of you and your love life, or you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, like hanging around that negative energy. If you hang around people that have nothing going on for themselves, you know, if you hang around people that you know tend to just hook up with you know men or women, you know, whether they're same sex, you know, homosexual, straight, gay, bi, transgender, it doesn't matter. Like if you hang around people that just want quick hookups, that you know don't want lasting relationships, you know, if you hang around users and abusers, you will eventually become that type of person. You will eventually transform and bring that energy into your own life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want that for yourself, Sagittarius. Like, if you hang around a bunch of single people that complain all the time about being single and how they'll never find anyone, and oh, if only I could lose weight, I need to go to the gym, but they never go to the gym. They're always eating potato chips and eating pizza, and you're there with them, like, you know, perpetuating the mess and, you know, taking part in it. Like, of course you're single. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not participating in anything, you know, stimulating. You're not participating in anything that's like putting you in the type of position to, you know, meet someone who's, you know, a good match for you. You know, instead you're, you know, here in your girlfriend's apartment in the basement or his or her apartment, chilling, eating pizzas and bonbons, smoking weed, drinking, playing video games, and or, you know, watching movies all day, all night, you know. You know, I mean, you go clubbing, you know, and you're drunk, you're super duper drunk, you know, out of your mind because you pre-gamed already with your girlfriends or your dude friends, and you know you're too drunk out of your mind or high out of your mind at the club to meet someone. Like Sagittarius, sometimes you can just go to the extreme because of the people you're around. You know what I'm saying? You know, you could have met someone that night. You know, if you had been in your right mind, but because you hang around all those low lives and people who just want to start shit all the time, don't really have any goals or visions for their lives, and just think about the right now. Like there you were, drunk on the dance floor, threw up, looking a fool. That girl who, or that guy who would have eventually, gotten your number, or vice versa, and you could have went out, on a date and could have been something, is now looking at you passed out on the floor, shaking his or her head like, that damn Sagittarius is a mess. Like Sagittarius, get rid of the negativity, get rid of the foolishness, get rid of the people in your life who are bringing you down. And find new friends, find new partners, find new people who will lift you up. Like if you work at a workplace where it's like not, you like get a lot of shit from your boss or other coworkers, or you know what I'm saying, it's just like stressful, and like you're losing your hair or you're just always fucking stressed all the time. Like leave. Like leave Sagittarius. You don't want that energy around you, because eventually that energy that's that stressful, always, on the edge of your seat, like, what I'm saying, always like tense energy in the workplace is going to eventually leak into your life outside of the workplace. It's going to leak into your home life, your love life. You know what I'm saying? You're always going to be tense and stressed. Like, get rid of that energy, Sagittarius. You don't want that energy. And then it's really interesting because you're stressed and tense at work, and then you like, oh, like I'm stressed. I need something. I'm gonna hit up my friends and see what they're up to, and then you go hang out with these low lives, who have. And I'm not saying all your friends are low lives, but this is just an example. Like, what I'm saying? There are different levels of low lives. By the way, there's like really low lives, and then there's like the intermediate low lives who are like they like work a 9 to 5, or they work Monday through Friday, but they're like really lazy, like outside of work. Like, what I'm saying? They don't do much outside of work. Like, that's still kind of a person who's like not doing much in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, like if you have big dreams for yourself, Sagittarius, like if you want to be at the top tier of, humanity, but you're hanging out with people who are like, at the bottom tier of humanity, you need to up your standards. You need to up the ante, Sagittarius. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to play the part to get the life you want, Sag. Alright? So that's one of the reasons why you may be single is, you just hang around the wrong crowd. And by the way, my Mercury is in Sagittarius. I believe my Mars is also in Sagittarius. I'm a Capricorn, but I was born in December 27th. And it's often said that the December born Capricorns are like more fiery like and like Sagittarius like than the January born Capricorns, because December is the month of Sagittarius technically, so you know. Sagittarius, another reason why you could be single is you just haven't found yourself yet. You know? You just haven't found yourself yet. A big purpose of a Sagittarius, a big life purpose, because your sign is all about higher learning, and individualism, and understanding the world and understanding oneself. Part of your purpose is to go through life and figure yourself out, really understand who you are, who am I. This is what I like, this is what I stand for, these are my beliefs, you know what I'm saying? This is the foundation I stand on. This is the core of who makes up who I am. And I will never, ever, ever waver from who I am. I will never, ever compromise my values. Whether you're Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, look at strong Sagittarius energy, Mercury, Mars, you know. You want to get to that level of this is who I am and I'm not compromising. Take me or leave me. But until you get to that point, you're always going to be kind of molding and shifting, you know, to meet people's needs, especially people you like. You know, 'cause sometimes Sagittarius can fall for people who aren't the best for you. That's another reason why you may be single, Sag. Sometimes Sagittarius can ride so hard for people, you know, and that person could treat them like utter shit. You know, I'm sorry, you know, to say that, you know. Um, that person could treat Sagittarius like utter shit, but that Sagittarius will still ride for that person, you know, and it's just like almost to the point of delusion. You know, it's like, really, Sagittarius? You know, how much, how do you think of yourself if you're riding for a person that, like, clearly does not, like, ride for you? Like, you know, like, you have to look at that. Look at that dynamic, you know? How does the person you're attracted to treat you, you know? If they don't treat you well, then that shows you that there's some inner work that you have to do. Why are you attracted to someone who's treating you like shit, you know? So don't go after the wrong people, Sagittarius. That's not good. You know, and find yourself. Work on finding yourself. Figure out who you are and what you like, you know. I did a video where I talked about the 6 signs that are prone to bisexual tendencies, and I think I mentioned Sagittarius. The other fire sign that I mentioned was Aries. I'll probably link that at the end of this video, so. You know, those are some of the reasons why you might be single, Sagittarius men and women. I find that, especially when you're younger, it's all about, like, just finding yourself, figuring out who you are. You know, and in the process of that, you're definitely probably going to get with people who are not good for you, who are not right for you. You know? You're probably going to attract some mentally unstable people. You're probably just going to attract situations that are just out of this world, like, you know, crazy. But it's all a process of getting you to the point of, you know, figuring out what you stand for, who you are, you know. Who am I? This is who I am. What do I stand for? This is what I stand for. What are my values? These are my values. What will I allow and not allow? This is what I will allow and not allow. You know, in relationships. All in relationships. Whether it be friendships, you know, love, romantic, you know, sexual, family, like whatever. You need to set boundaries, Sagittarius. That's another reason why you might be single, is you have trouble setting boundaries, and then people, like, don't really know, like, how to, like, gauge, like, okay, like, it's like, you can sometimes be difficult, you know, to deal with. Another reason in dating, it's like, because you can just be so unpredictable, and you know, it's like hard to gauge you sometimes, Sag, you know. Because it's like Sag likes to be in control sometimes, and it's like Sag likes to take a back seat and see what you'll do. But it's like sometimes when the other person tries to take control, but Sagittarius, like, tries to dominate the other person in an attempt to take control. And it's like there's like a scuffle with that, you know, and then I think the other person may get used to the Sag taking control. So when the Sag pulls back, and the other person doesn't take control, it's like what the Sag is like, what? And the Sag gets angry, and it's like, why aren't you taking control? And then the other person is like, what? You're crazy. Like, and then the Sag is like, don't call me crazy. You know, it's just like too much for TV. So, Sag, I just really need you to, like, know yourself. You know your rhythm in relationships. Know the rhythm you like in relationships. Like, there's a certain rhythm that people like. There's a certain rhythm you have when you show up in relationships, and there's a certain rhythm that's created in relationships that you just harmonize with and you like. And you need to figure out what that is. And the only way you're going to figure that out is by dating multiple people, You know, and doing that Sag thing of not being tied down, and let's just have fun. Let's just see where this goes, So, it's all a process, Sagittarius. It's all a process. You know, we all go through it, but you'll find your way. Just because you're single right now doesn't mean that you'll be single forever. It doesn't mean you'll be single a month from now, a week from now, a year from now, okay? Things can change in the blink of an eye. Life is magical. You just have to believe, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Google+. Follow me on Instagram at Lamarr Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamarr Townsend Official. You can also contact me at lamarrtownsendtarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential reading. Or you can contact me at lamar.townsend@gmail.com. Thank you once again, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wish you nothing but the best. And you guys are awesome. And I love you. Peace out.